What is up, everybody? It is I, Ronin, coming at you with a somewhat bad deck idea today. Amorphage Monarch. So if you don't know what Amorphage are, you'll see Goliath being played in the majority of Blue Eyes decks nowadays because it pretty much just says neither player can special summon from the extra deck because they don't have Amorphage monsters. But we're here to talk about the rest of the archetype as well. So basically, they are a deck that says if a monster is on the field, pendulum summoned, flipped, then you get to lock your opponent out of their extra deck unless they're also playing a Morphage. The big ones, that being a Morphage, Sloth, and Goliath, say that just from their presence, your opponent can't special summon from the extra deck except by you know, having Amorphages. And in the scales, they have different lockdowny type effects as long as you control a Amorphage monster, as well as the common thread that says, during each of your standby phases, you must tribute a monster, not a Morphage monster, just a monster, or you must destroy your scale. Uh, so yeah, the deck kind of flopped, but I found it works pretty well as a sort of anti-extra deck lockdowny tribute type deck. So thus comes the Monarch engine. We have Idia, which will special summon either of our vassals. Idios, who gives us two tributes for, say, Goliath, if we so desire. And then we also have Belarinth, one that I don't usually see around, but it's just discard a card, special it, so it's pretty solid. We also have one for one to get to our Idia easier, Rhoda for that same purpose, and because we do not use an extra deck, I just sort of put in whatever I wanted to. You can load it however you want. And speaking of that, actually, there we go. I accidentally had 14 in there. Foolish. But yeah. We also have Called by the Grave to a little bit just in case. And then a Morphage Infection, which powers up our Morphages, as well as letting them all float, pretty much. And then we just got some negations here, so yeah. The basic idea of the deck is get one of these two out, back them up with good scales or back row, and then just sort of go into beatdown mode and hope your opponent cannot do anything. So yeah, that's the basic explanation of the deck. If you're new here, we just play free games, hope we win them, and then I go over sort of my thoughts on the deck after doing a little bit more playing with it. But yeah, that being said, I'll see you guys in the first game. Okay, welcome to the first game with player E. Wonder what that E stands for. Hey, yeah, one. So we want to go first always. And yeah, we opened pot. We opened pot. Uh, we don't really need our extra deck, so it's fine. Oh, okay. This can still work. This can still work. So we have Edios. And when he is normal or special, we just get a additional summon. Or he's just going to go ahead and ash that so we can't do anything. In that case, we're just going to end our turn, because I would rather save my Amorphage infection. But, yeah. No. No, I'm not gonna. I don't need to do that. Oh, it's the circuit. So I probably should have done that. Man's playing Hand Traps, the deck, the movie, the game. But, alright, this actually works. We can try to do some baiting here. Let's see, we already have one ash. We probably don't need to. No. For Edia's effect. No. To summon Eidos. Now we get a additional tribute summon. Hopefully we don't get hand trapped here. What am I waiting for on your end? Okay, cool. Oh, that came up. So now we're going to go ahead and normal summon Amorphage. Activate the Amorphage infection. What Amorphage infection says is that all of our Amorphage monsters now gain 100 attack points for each Amorphage card on the field. So in the case of like Goliath, it can just make it that little bit harder to beat over. And battle. And hope he doesn't have like the mirror force or something. Alright, good. But I think we might have actually just won this. Because Psy-frames really need their extra deck. Without their extra deck, they don't do much. You can't normal summon their stuff. So yeah, they're in a bad place. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, this is actually no, this is good. So we'll go ahead, activate this, so he can no longer chain onto our Amorphage effects, or he can no longer chain onto our effects with this one. Right, so he's twin twistering, popping those. Unfortunate, but not awful. So we'll just go into battle phase again, attack. Alright, so main phase 2, end phase. Since we have the Sloth out, we are still in a fairly good place here. We are also backed up by an Ash. So I do feel a good bit comfortable. And we can go ahead and just get another Sloth. But first, let's do some baiting. I like baiting. Right, so there's the Called. So he's going to be banishing our Edia. Fair enough. In that case, we will normal summon another Sloth. Battle phase for game. Battle phase for game. And there we go. Unless he has something. There we go, that's game. So yeah, that's basically what the deck is supposed to do. Just really punish decks, especially like Psy-frame, where the extra deck is just so important. Admittedly, this was against a slower thing, but yeah, that was just sort of what the deck is supposed to do, and that's one win. Fair and square, I would say. But yeah, guess I'll see you guys in game 2. Welcome to game 2 with Un Cejito Barado. I think that's Spanish, which I do not speak. And I didn't really explain our name. We are Meli, short for Meliodas, because the Amorphage monsters are all based off of the 7 deadly sins. And I like the anime. I like the lore behind it is neat. Okay, this is a... This could be good. This could be good. Unfortunately, we do not have a way to get 2 tributes right now. So I'd rather not chance it. So in that case, I'll just set these and pass. Being backed up by an Ash, a Strike, and a Called is pretty good. If we just had another way to get another monster on the field, that would be awesome. But we didn't. The next turn, okay, so he's reshuffling his hand and passing. My guy. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and activate the Amorphage infection. We can go ahead and get a Pride on board, so that's fine. Just a little damage. Unless he has a response. Yeah, I guess there's battle. Just attack him. Not sure why he didn't play anything, but I'll take some advantage, please. That's very nice of you to offer. Still in a great spot. Oh, forgot to turn on normal chain. Still in a great spot, pretty much, as far as the negates we have on board. Okay, so you have 7 cards. Surely you can do something this time. Like, anything. Okay, so he's playing Arima, the King of Wickedness. Guess he's doing lair shenanigans? I would rather him not draw. And if he has another Arima, this will make it so he is not able to search, which is a dope. Oh, that's why he did nothing, because he couldn't tribute any of my things without lair. Yes, actually. How about no? I don't want you getting that, sir. Yeah, I guess you just didn't have any ways to tribute to get Diablos out. Like, okay, I dig it. This is honestly though still not a great way. Until we activate that, discard the infection. He could have a negate here. Alright, so no, he didn't. Which is great for us. Now we'll just normal Goliath. The Firestorm Vassal. Let's see. Yeah, let's actually see what's in your hand. And because that was that, we get to search, which is nice. I would rather have the search, so Vassal will be Chainlink 2. If Vassal goes off, that's great, but we don't need it to. We would much rather maintain advantage here. Okay, so the Void Imagination is dead without that, so I guess we just hit the Petrulia. Now we will get a search as well. Let's see, well you can neither player can take effect damage, that's irrelevant. Neither player contribute monsters. A little bit more relevant for the matchup. So we'll go ahead, activate that, stop his tributing. So, you know, def to a lair deck. So yeah, we'll just attack. That's and also that's another reason I really like using Berlineth, just because it does give you sort of a peek at what your opponent is doing. We can see our opponent bricked a fair bit, but so we got the Wrath, so he won't be able to tribute to bring back Diablos, or tribute for any of his lair effects, which is really good for us. Of course, next turn. Actually, no, our infection will let us add something to hand, so that's... No, that's not exactly fine. But I don't think he can actually do anything here. I'm pretty sure his hand is actually 100% dead. Unless he, like, drew Raigeki or something, but I don't see that being the case. So he's banishing the Deviati for the Petrulia. So it pops spell traps. So now he can tribute things. Okay, fair enough. Good plays on his part, I'd say. Alright, so he set 1. That is more than likely what... These are more than likely his impermanences. Set a 3rd. One of those is a Void Imagination. So yeah, he's got impermanence, impermanence, Void Imagination, I think. For now, I'll activate that over there to dodge the impermanence. Oh, he attributed himself to pop a spell trap. Or banish. Okay, yeah, we just win because... Yeah, so we did that. The effect still would have applied because we had two Amorphage cards. So yeah, that's still game no matter what. Our opponent... He opened a lot of garnets. I feel bad for him, but a win's a win. That's 2 wins in a row so far. 2 wins in a row, by the way. Pretty good. Against admittedly super slow and pricked opponents, but you know what? Hopefully next game we'll get to show a real powerful example of what this deck can do. I'll see you guys there. Welcome to the final game with Duelist. I believe earlier we played against Half Duelist. So really coming full circle this time. And okay, we're going second this time, so things will definitely be a little bit more interesting, I think. Right, so Goblinberg coming down for the Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk drop a spell to summon Shadow Mist? Or Vion. Shadow Mist or Vion, because it looks like we're playing against a hero player. So I'm not sure which he wants. Okay, Shadow Mist, yeah. So Shadow Mist lets him add the quick change, or the blow up mask change, quick play. So, unless he can get another monster on board. So I sold, yeah, fair enough. So he's gonna, I sold Search Odyssey Neos, I guess? I don't know. Or Goblinberg, okay. Probably get Vion from deck using the effect to send Shadow Mist to add something. Then Mask change into a Dark Law? Like, that makes sense to me. Let's see what he summons, though. Could be another Shadow Mist. Or a... No, solid... Yeah, it's a Shadow Mist, so he's can't get another search, I don't think. Banishing monsters from graveyard for the Phoenix Blade. I'm guessing he's just gonna make a Dark Law here, probably. Or make Dark Law on search. That could be a play, actually. Dark Law on search. Okay, so first up, I don't know how we've opened this every game, but maybe we'll finally get ashed. Yep, we got ashed. Fair enough. Okay, so we're still in a decent position here. So we gotta drop one from hand. We already have the Sloth. So let's go ahead and drop the Envy, actually. Glad we got that Ash out of the way. Very happy about that. Dark Law here. Fair enough. I do not mind that. Yes. No more ashes, which is great. So he's gonna add a hero. The Honesty Neos. Fair enough. Fair enough. So now we get a additional summon this turn, which a additional tribute this turn, which is good. This will be sent. Let's see. Neither player can tribute monsters. What we really needed here was another Sloth. So we'll go ahead, tribute, summon. If we can get another way to actually threaten the Dark Law, that'd be good. We can activate that to keep him from tributing monsters. That really doesn't do us much good though, so I'm just gonna battle phase. So we cannot attack the Dark Law. Okay, can confirm, can't attack Dark Law. Summoner Monk is probably the best attack target right now. Uh, that way he won't be able to send spells and summon more monsters. So that's pretty good. I don't think he needs to tribute anything here, so yeah. Alright, so main phase 2. Uh, you know what? Sure, we'll activate Wrath. We can activate Wrath, it's fine. Probably could have dropped the Bellrinth. Okay, so let's see, that is Spirit Burner. Once per turn, you can change the battle position. Okay, so I guess that just lets him draw it in place of, regular draws, I guess? Okay. Very helpful in certain situations, I could definitely see. So he's gonna beat over our boys, which is unfortunate. Ow, us. Very good control strat. Surprisingly good tech against us. And other, mostly main deck decks. Okay, so we'll set that. And hope we don't get OTK'd. That sounds like a good plan. I like that plan. Alright, so the living fossil lets him revive something. Reviving Ash Blossom, which is fair. If he wants to go for a synchro play, I guess. But Mighty Flame Swordsman. All warriors gain 500 if this link summon card. Target one non-warrior link in your grave. Special it. Actually, yeah, that's fine. So he's down to just the Dark Law now. So that's whatever. Okay, but let's see. Banishing that. Does he go for the Honesty Neos play here? Like, I think he already normal summoned. No, he didn't normal summon yet. Has not normal summoned. I'm guessing he just equips to Dark Law and goes. Alright. Summon Goblinberg. I forgot about the Goblinberg. So yeah, max damage here. I believe he has to be battling a monster to use Honesty Neos, so it's fine. He does have that Spirit Burner card. Surprisingly good tech against this deck because all the Amorphages have... Well, all the good Amorphages have 0 defense. Oh yeah, that's game then. Exactly game, so... Duelist with the surprising tech. Not gonna lie, that was some very surprising tech. But yeah, so going second, this deck can have some issues. Obviously, you know, just really wants to go first to set up that board because if we had gone first, then I don't think our hero player friend could have actually done anything. So yeah, that's sort of this deck in a nutshell, you know. Go first, summon one of your big Amorphages, and then try your best to go to town. But yeah. Uh I don't know, I feel very mixed about this deck because like aesthetically and design wise, I really think the Amorphages are cool. You know, they have very neat designs and effects, and it is a pendulum, and they're dragons, and they're earth dragons, which is nice, but I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it just because, like, I don't like the whole floodgatey type decks. Like, it's not because, like, oh, floodgates are bad for the game or anything like that. Like, it's a perfectly valid strategy to use. It's just like, I'm personally not a fan of that type of play. But let me know what you guys think. Is there a way this deck could have been better, worse? Should I have used guard dragons? 'Cause there's a good chance I should have. But yeah. Like if you liked, comment if you have something to say, and subscribe if you want some more. This has been Ronin, signing off.